If Twitch doesn't fix the problems that I'm about to describe, Twitch enters a place that is seriously dangerous as time goes on. I don't know about you, but I've gotten the feeling over the past, like, I'd say 6 to 12 months that Twitch as a website overall is becoming lower quality. I'll just say it like it is because I don't know how else to say it. It started with the bans, and it started with like the whole system where Twitch says hold us accountable and then they don't, and then kind of like half-baked features and all that jazz. And everybody kind of remembers that. And then it's kind of gradually gotten better. I think it's actually a lot better now. But I want to sort of explain what has been happening in the past 2 months that gets me really worried for Twitch's future if they don't fix these problems. I care about this because I've been a broadcaster for 8 years here. I really like the website. I like the people here. I like a lot of the people that work for Twitch. And I don't want this to happen. Well, what's changed in the last month that makes you think this? Well, let's first look at a couple of things, okay? I want to pull up the Stream Elements quarterly report, 2019, quarter 4. Okay, and what you'll see here on this graph is that at the beginning of 2018, Twitch had 67% of the market. By 2019, a year later, Twitch had 61% of the market. So Facebook Gaming took some percentage of that market, and YouTube took some percentage of that market. And very, very importantly here, right? The data doesn't include non-gaming categories. So what that means is that if you look at Twitch, because we can pull up another stat, and you look at how Twitch is growing, the fastest growing category on Twitch is just chatting. 36% hours watched. This is like where a lot of the growth is coming on Twitch. So if we look at this graph, what this is telling us is that the gaming content on Twitch is declining, and it's being taken over on other platforms. And also simultaneously, just the market share in general of Twitch is declining compared to other people, okay? So I want to start with that premise because I think it's really important to understand for us to go forward and explain the problem with Twitch right now. The problem with Twitch right now, I think, is a couple of things. Number 1, it's drops. Number 2, it's embeds. Number 3, it's VODs. And number 4, it's viewbots, okay? So there's a lot of stuff, okay? And most of these things came up relatively recently. And some of them came up very recently. To go back in history to the time of yore where we saw that this was starting to be a problem we're going to go back to a game called Escape from Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov was the first game of significance to do drops on Twitch. And what they did was they said, okay, we are going to allow certain broadcasters to have a feature they can turn on where if you sit in a chat and you AFK or you just sit in a chat, you have the ability to get something very valuable in the game. In Escape from Tarkov's case, the drops that you would get were like 3 or 4 months of value in grinding in economy. So it was a very high value thing. And because of this, broadcasters that had been set up before to had been streaming consistently, had been working really hard, doing YouTube videos, doing all the right stuff, benefited from this a great deal because they then started running like 48-hour streams where they stayed up for insane amounts of time because they were the people that you could go to get these drops. And so our friend Pestily, who I think is one of the hardest working people on this platform and also one of the most awesome in general, started a stream, sat there working on that stream for 48 hours like straight, told people that this was going to be the place that you could get to get drops. And as a result, Pestily went from a 2 to 3K viewer average to 100,000 viewers. Now, you may remember that I did some talks or videos about this, and that there was a question as to how many of those viewers were actually legitimate and how many of those users were actually basically people that were either AFKing or bots that were created to farm keys or accounts or drops or whatever. Now, the mistake that I made in that previous discussion was I didn't draw the difference between viewbots and embeds, and we're going to do that now. Viewbots are real different. So a viewbot is an instanced program or script of a Twitch account that lives on a server and acts like a viewer. It sits in chat. And sometimes it even chats. But it appears as a viewer, basically. An embed is a little bit different. An embed means a viewer that is watching from a third party, so another site or like a video played live in another site that features the stream. Okay, and then you have like AFK users or just like bot accounts, which I would consider to be people who are just like creating accounts to farm keys or whatever. So a lot of people misunderstood me when I said that the people in the Escape from Tarkov category are viewbotting. That is not what they're doing, right? A lot of the people in the Escape from Tarkov category were getting bots, not view bots, but bots that were AFK users and bot accounts. And we estimated at the time that that number was around 30 to 40% of total users. It seems like that's shaking out with Valorant, which we'll talk about in a minute, and why this is important. Okay. And just setting this whole thing up again, we're just doing the premises so that I can, like, we can then like kind of explain like why this actually matters and why I think this is sort of going to gradually erode the website and destroy consumer confidence if it continues along the lines that it will, and why this is a really big deal. Okay. Okay, cool. So Escape from Tarkov started this off. We had 100,000 viewers on one stream, 80,000 viewers on another stream, whatever, with a large percentage of those viewers being there because they wanted to get the drops. Now, this also is a lead-in to the idea of what a drop is. So let's talk about what a drop is for a second, right? I already explained it. It's a thing that a streamer can enable so that they can get free, you can get free stuff. But what a drop basically is a giveaway. Okay, it's essentially a giveaway. So I don't know how many of you people have actually got onto a website, said, hey, follow this account for a chance to win this, retweet for a chance to win this, right? Those are giveaways. Drops are basically giveaways. So what are in a marketing world, what do giveaways do? Well, we have a lot of data on what giveaways do, right? Giveaways have extremely high engagement, meaning people will do the thing you ask at a high rate. So want to follow the stream, they'll follow the stream. Want to subscribe to the stream, they'll subscribe to the stream for that, even for $5 or whatever. We saw this with like CSGO cases, right? Old CSGO cases on Twitch before that became illegal. A lot of people would subscribe to streams and they'd pay $5 with the chance of getting something higher, right? And that was later made illegal against terms of service, which it absolutely should be. But point is, people have high engagement even when they're asked to do something that like costs them monetary value. If they think that the benefit is high enough, extremely high engagement. But right, low adoption rate. So a person might follow a stream, but then the likelihood that they'll be back after the giveaway is extremely slim. The likelihood that the person will then engage again with that content is extremely slim, and the likelihood that that person will actually work with that stream or be a benefit to that stream is very, very slim. When I was a wee lad, a broadcaster 6 years ago, I used to do a ton of giveaways, and I go into Reddit and I would do giveaways, and I would always be really impressed by my view count because my view count would be super high. People were hanging out for the giveaways, and I would do giveaways of Riot cards for RP, and I'd give away sometimes like $20 to $50 a day, and people would donate in my community for RP cards, and we would just have a grand old time giving away stuff all the time. But the thing is, I got very, very few legitimate users who came back to watch the content, right? And now hopefully you're starting to see the beginning of the picture that I am painting, the Bob Ross-esque masterpiece that I'm crafting for you. Drops being basically giveaways mean people will come to Twitch in high numbers and do the thing asked, which is watch the stream, but they won't actually convert to viewers, supporters, or people that understand the culture. This is a problem because it's not a problem if it's happening in small amounts. So, streamers occasionally doing a giveaway. People come to the site for a giveaway, or, there's something featured on Reddit, whatever. Okay, cool. But when Twitch starts to do it, and when a large number of your users start to be AFK users and bot accounts and users that are illegitimate, what it does is it drives down the quality of the website. So when MySpace was around, MySpace was the most popular social media platform in existence. What killed MySpace was a combination of advertisements, bot accounts, and just spam, right? It literally destroyed the platform. And what happened was, if you imagine integrity as like a bar that can be filled up, right? And it's like over time, basically there just became too much. The bar got full, and then everybody thought it was illegitimate, and everybody left for Facebook, which was seen at that time as like a more legitimate platform. And the problem is I'm seeing a lot of the same trends with Twitch, which I'm trying to explain here. So let's segue into this. This way I think we just established all of our premises. We can actually like look at the problem. So Valorant as a category, Asmongold made a great video about this, that he has oftentimes gone to the Valorant category lately, which is just started doing in-game drops. I should say started doing it 2 weeks ago as of the time of this talk. And he sees something very strange. There's a 24/7 stream that exists here that is always on, that has the most amount of viewers. And then there are a lot of other streams in the top category. You see a rebroadcast here, right? Rebroadcast here. You see there's a lot of other streams that are basically on 24/7 that viewers are just sitting in to get keys. And then if we click on one of these streams and we go into one of them, we pause that stream and we go into the users and we'll type something like Valorant in here. Okay. We're going to see account for Valorant 1, account for Valorant 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? 92 Twitch Valorant, 93 Twitch Valorant, 94 Twitch Valorant, Beta Valorant 060, Beta Valorant 166. These are people that are not legit accounts. And a huge amount of the accounts in this chat you can see are these type of things. I want Valorant, right? Neo Valorant 13, Neo Valorant 14, Neo Valorant 1, 2, 3, 4, Need Valorant, right? These are not legit accounts. These are accounts that are created, AFK users, bots, or outright just fake, right? And yet, this person is taking the top of the category and simultaneously pushing down all of the other broadcasters that are in the Valorant category. But what's also happening is it's lowering the total quality of the website. And I will show you with this person having subscribers only on, right? People are still typing like exclamation mark drops and things like that. Okay. So the quality of the user, right? And also I even go a step further and say that people are actually subscribing to this stream thinking that that will help them get a higher percentage of drops. They're subscribing and they're giving the stream money because they don't know any better. And it's not the streamer's fault. They're not encouraging that from happening. Riot, please give me key. Give Valorant, please, right? Do you think that any of these people, exclamation mark, key drop, are these guys here for the content? Are they here to understand the culture or to support the website? Exclamation mark, key, right? Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't. And we estimate, based on the numbers that we've crunched here at the agency, that 30 to 40% of the users on this in these places are these illegitimate users, based off their account names, based off their account history. Right? We've run a cross-sectional analysis of account history versus account name versus watch time versus like use on the website, and it's become clear that what's really important to understand about this is like, because this is like where stuff gets a little bit complicated. A person who creates an account on Twitch for the sole purpose of getting a Valorant key is unlikely to convert to a user who then uses the website for other reasons other than to get that key. It may happen, and the earned media is worth something. There's some number you can put to that. But it usually doesn't happen. And the result is legitimate streamers have to either get pushed down or they have to resort to the tactics that this guy is doing, right? So if you look at all of these guys, Summit's not doing it because Summit basically just kind of tried to protest this. Everyone else, though, drops enabled, 24/7 drops on, drops ATIF, Valorant drops enabled, drops AT, I don't know what that means, Valorant beta drops enabled, right? You can see what the advertising is for this category. So people aren't coming for the gameplay. People aren't coming because of the broadcaster or the content creator. People aren't coming for that. People are coming because drops are enabled, because this is the only way to get into the Valorant. And just as a side note, in an incredible bout of irony, when I was giving my talk on this yesterday, I actually got a drop for the Valorant beta on accident because I was clicking on a stream and I got one. Not that that's relevant to anything. I just think it's freaking hilarious. Show proof? Yeah, sure. I actually got a drop for it. Let me go find. Here you go. This is the email from right here in my. Let me just Gyazo it. There you go. The Valorant closed beta is now yours. So when I was actually looking at it, I got the drop for it. Pretty funny. So anyway, cool. Where are we at? Right. So we've explained the premise. We started to explain the problem. Okay. Now Twitch is talking. Twitch is in talks right now with Epic Games to do drops for Fortnite, and Twitch is also in talks with several other people to do drops. And let me be really clear. I think this is another really kind of important premise. It's highly beneficial to both Valorant and Twitch to do this, right? Valorant is basically now a household name. They made this happen in 2 weeks. Everybody's talking about it. And not only is everybody talking about it, basically almost every gamer knows what Valorant is in a very short amount of time. That's hard to do. But they also kind of generally get how it's played. Like it was a incredible success for Riot Games, and it was a big success for Twitch because Twitch said last week, we just reached 4 million concurrent viewers on the platform. And if you look at people that are tracking this kind of data, like Solinome, it is true that Twitch viewership has been growing. And this is basically because of our unprecedented situation with lockdowns, right? But when you look at the previous stuff that I have told you, do you start to see a problem? Is it okay that Twitch is claiming 4 million concurrent viewers on the website when we know that a pretty big percentage of those users are not legitimate users? So what does this number mean? 4 million concurrent viewers is the number that they pitch to advertisers because they say, okay, if we've got 4 million people on the website. If you advertise here, those 4 million people are going to see what you do. So what Twitch is doing is Twitch is using these high viewer numbers to convert more sponsors and to get more advertisements and to get more people on the website, despite the fact that a vast majority of those users, not a vast majority, but a very large number of those users, a very large percentage of those users, and in some cases a majority, like in the Valorant category, are not going to engage with the website, and they're not going to engage with those advertisements, and they're literally just there for keys, right? So Twitch and Valorant are going to continue to do this, and there are going to be more games that continue to do this. And what I see is I think that there is a continuing focus on drawing away from legitimate content creators, especially streamers who are not the 1% and don't use these tactics. And what it does is it's going to gradually siphon integrity from the website. Because when a legitimate user goes to the Valorant category and can't find a streamer that is not on VOD 24/7 content and goes and sees a VOD, that's going to turn them off from the website, which means it attracts more bad users who don't engage or care about the content. It attracts more bots. And that means that I think that Twitch, for the first time, is really in danger of losing a lot of ground to other competitors because they are sacrificing long-term integrity and community for short-term profit and gain. And long-term community building is what built this website. Okay? That is the center of my argument. So essentially what I'm saying is drops as a system embeds and streams that don't have legitimate viewer counts. Like I don't know if this is still going, but we tuned into this at the beginning of the stream where we saw twitch.tv/creatorcamp, which is like Twitch's attempt to educate streamers. Or I guess it was like there was like a live show going on, but now it's back to this. Yeah, so the live show anyway, do we still have the stats pulled up from it? Yeah, we do. So you can see this is what we were looking at. So while this stream was live, I pulled up the wrong viewers' stats. This is actually a healthy stream. This is Hassan Abi's stream. So you see the difference of viewers in the chat is 89. That's healthy. That means that the report is very slim. This is the Creator Camp one. The difference is 10,239. So 170 actual users in chat versus the reported 10,409. That's the embed stream. Sorry, quick clarification. Thank you. But it could be for a million different reasons, right? Maybe it's because that's your homepage. Maybe that's because you're quickly going to go somewhere else. So this MTV Music and Performing Arts, it has 13.6K viewers, right? But I'll click on it right now, and I'll go into the actual place, and then I'll click on users in chat, and you'll see that it scrolls down to Z very quickly, right? This is not indicative of 13,000 users. It's nowhere close, right? These are embedded viewers. So you'll also see that the chat, does this look like a 13,000 viewer chat? Right? Absolutely not. It's nowhere close to it. And you can definitely tell this chat is not normal because everybody is talking about the subject and everybody is really positive. He's so cute. What's your favorite tour snack? Phenom movie. Nobody in Twitch chat actually talks like this. If you're not Pepe frogging and insulting the streamer and calling them bald and mauled or whatever, then you're not it's not a real chat. So we could see that this is happening on a huge scale at Twitch. And what it's doing is it's eroding the legitimacy of the website for actual users. And Twitch is doing this because they are constantly trying to move towards profitability. They're constantly trying to prove to advertisers that the site is worth it to advertise on. But my argument is essentially that over time, you're going to lose legitimacy to other platforms that are not doing this. And that seems to be the case. And YouTube and Twitch has a lot to fear from YouTube, right? YouTube has a vastly higher number of users that they can draw from than Twitch does. And Facebook as well, right? So Twitch's whole problem has been to try to convert non-endemic users. People that don't know what Twitch is, how do they become a viewer of Twitch? And it's hard. The systems that Twitch is using to do that, these drops, big embedded streams that show they have a lot of viewers, try to get people interested, these advertising campaigns they're doing, I just don't think these things are effective. I think it's going to lead to the sort of gradual erosion of Twitch's culture and the success of the website. I think if Twitch wanted to do this correctly, they can do two things to kind of, and these are things we talked about yesterday, but I think I'm going to reiterate them because I think they're good ideas and I want them to be somewhere. And if you're working at Twitch and you are watching this, which a lot of you do, you can take from this hopefully. So let's talk about real world to streamer collaborations. So the example I used yesterday that I really liked was in medieval times, if you wanted two empires to come together, what would you do? If you wanted two empires to make peace, what would you do? How would you make that happen? You married two families together of the royal families. Because what happened was you would teach the royal family and the sort of like elites of that society always teach the other people what, like the commoners, what is acceptable to do and what is acceptable behavior. So their actions then filter down to the people that then think that those actions are appropriate. So just like any tribal leader, the people that know, like, and trust you start to embody your actions and embody your attitudes and your views on things based on their opinion. And we do this. Everyone does this, right? Everyone does this for people they respect. So in the same way, the Drake versus Ninja collaboration that Twitch had was one of the most successful ways to get normal people, people who would normally not look at Twitch or think that it was not cool or is just a site for nerds or whatever, to get involved because somebody that was an authority, Drake, right, played a game with a gamer and then it became cool. And this was a rising tide that lifted all boats. We saw this in the stats. It was like unbelievable. It was at the time the highest concurrent count that of viewers that anyone had ever had on Twitch. And a lot of those users on that website were at that time were legitimate users, people that were there to see Ninja and Drake play games. And therein lies the point, right? Those users created accounts on Twitch to see content. Those users came on Twitch to see content, not to get free stuff. That is really important. They came there to see what Twitch is about. They didn't come to get a bunch of drops or to watch a VOD so they can get a bunch of drops or get a bunch of free stuff. So my number one advice, I think, of the way that we fix this website is Twitch puts a lot of their sponsor money and their advertising money into paying people. Like, get a professional comedian on Mizkif's stream, right? Get a professional politician on Hassan Abi's stream. It'll be funny. There'll be tons of memes. There'll be tens of thousands of viewers. You'll actually help the creator because the creator will get press from that. And you'll introduce a lot of non-endemic people to the website, right? By the tens of thousands. This is number one, I think. Real world to streamer collaborations. It's extremely, extremely good idea for Twitch to do. If you're in marketing at Twitch right now and you're watching me, I know a lot of you do, absolutely do this. Or contact me, call me. I will help you with it. We can get it together. Okay, number two, intelligent algorithms. So algorithms right now for Twitch basically feature either high to low viewer count, or there's a recommended feature that takes 3 streams and cross-analyzes which one of the streams that you watch and then recommends you the third stream. Very simple, right? We need to match users with streamers they actually want to watch. Amazing. What a concept, right? Match users with streamers that they actually want to watch. Insane. Are you crazy, Devin? What? Because, hey, the 30,000 person viewer streamer guy may not be the streamer for you. It might be a 60 viewer basket weaving streamer in some category down in like level 350 of the platform. Okay. Like you just don't know. So how do we do that? Well, it turns out we have a system that is incredibly effective at this. It's called tags. Okay. Tags are how YouTube started. And if you look at my tags, if you're interested in auditory ASMR, boy, is this the stream for you. Magic tricks? Hell yeah, I got them. Say something stupid in chat, and I'll make you disappear. Very, very easy, right? But tags right now are useless. That's why my tags are bullshit, because I know they're useless. Tags are useless because they don't engage the user in any way. How about when you sign up for the website, it asks you, pick 5 tags that you're interested in. And then a very simple algorithm checks tags against the user versus the streamer with the tags, and then looks at the streamer's gradual growth. And if the trajectory is high, they figure out that's a stream that people are interested in, and then they use that algorithm to determine and fit you with someone that you might be interested in. So if you're interested in FPS, or you're interested in high-level boss runs, or you're interested in epic characters and MMOs, right? You can select your tag for that. You can find the streamer that does that, and that self-identifies that way, and it will connect you. It will not be 100% foolproof, but it will be a lot better than what we have. So those are just 2 suggestions that I think you could do as a website to start turning this around. But the current state of things is not encouraging. Twitch is losing market share to other platforms, and the way they're trying to solve it is by doing low-effort giveaways and drops that are encouraging bad users to come to the website. If we continue along these lines, I feel like Twitch will continue to lose market share, and I think that's a problem, and I hope that doesn't happen for the website that I love. So what do you think about this? You can make a difference by also talking about this and sharing these ideas and things like that. So your opinion matters. If you think that this is an important thing, then share this talk with people. I would appreciate it. Asmongold did another great video on his Twitter about this that I would encourage you to check out. And there's other streamers that are kind of protesting this in different ways. Summit1G has put a lot of talk into this. Soda Poppin has run like a stream where it's like just Valorant with a bunch of big clown faces because of these problems. So if you think this is a problem, you should talk about it. And that's it. I'm done with this talk. I'm happy with it. Subscribe to the channel or follow me if